Welcome back to Mr. Bet on You. Today's video, I'm going to kind of react to something, give my opinion on something. It's going to be a real simple video. Appreciate for y'all for coming back. Listen, let's just get right into it. Dominoes Driver. I'm going to put some split screens here. I couldn't download the video, but I'm going to try to put a link to it in the comments or somewhere, okay, in the description. Dominoes Driver goes to a house, hands the pizza and says tip. That's the word she says tip. Like, can I get a tip? Customer basically says, no, I paid for the convenience. Thank you. And customer's nice, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. And the driver's like, next time you drive your car, there's a car in the driveway. You can see it's snowing as well. It's snowing, okay? So Domino's drivers don't get to pick and choose like we do, right? They just got to take everything. It is what it is. But they get paid more per hour. I think they get a little bit of mileage money. It works out in the end. It's all good, right? This is my question. This guy's walking up on me. Look at this. This is my question. Should drivers be asking for tips on deliveries that don't have a tip? Should we be confronting them, asking for tips, begging for tips, whatever? What does that look like for us? Do you do that? I'm going to give my opinion on this video. I'm going to give my opinion on the consumer and on the driver. Let's go. So first off, big shout out to all my gig drivers, whether you do Dominoes or W2 drivers, whether you do Dominoes or whatever, and my gig drivers. It's not always glamorous, easy work, right? In the snow, we're delivering pizzas because people don't like to go out in the snow, right? First, I'm going to get on the customer. Customer, I get you're paying for convenience. It's inflated prices and all this stuff. I get it. But this is why you're a clown. And this is why I talk about these ratchet, clown, miserable individuals. I will keep saying that. I'll say it really loud in the video separately if you want me to, for everybody in the back or in a different state. If you order pizza, especially when it's snowing, and you're an able-bodied individual, you got a car in your driveway, and you don't tip your Domino's driver, your DoorDash, your Uber Eats, whatever, you're miserable. I'm going to say that, and I'll tell you to your face. Like, if that customer was sitting here, I would ask him, why didn't you tip? Like, why? Like, why not? And there's no reason she's going to give me that's going to be good enough for me. It is what it is. Go get it yourself next time. Now, that's what I'll say to her as a consumer. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's be kind. It doesn't cost anything to be kind. It doesn't. And you're all snotty with the, oh, well, I paid for convenience. Thank you. Have a good day. Slap across face. Now, the driver. You know what's kind of fitting is I'm on an Uber order before we get to the driver, picking up a pizza. The irony. Now, as far as the driver goes, I have a little bit of a different opinion than maybe some would have, and that's okay. But after you hear my opinion, I want to hear from y'all in the comments about what you think about what I'm going to say about this driver. All right, we got our bag. Oh, we got our bag. Shout out to Mr. X, local joint in South City. To the driver, whether you're DoorDash, Domino's, Pizza Hut, I don't care. It's whatever. We're all drivers, right? Delivering people pizzas. If you get to the place, you know there's no tip on there, right? Whether it's a $3 DoorDash or Domino's, and you see there's no tip, they didn't leave you a tip. They might give you a tip in cash, especially on pizza number one. So when you go to the door, take it out and say, tip, in that fashion, you don't really deserve it. You don't really deserve the tip. Now, if I'm working for Domino's and I get to a place, I'm going to roll up. I'm going to give them the pizza and say, thanks for ordering. Got your pizza here. It's nice and hot. Yeah, maybe you'll get a tip, maybe you won't. The lady didn't have cash on her, clearly, probably, so she wasn't going to give a tip either way, but some customers might. But you got to give good service, okay? So if you're going in there and just like, you're like, oh, tip, and that's what you say, come on. You could do better than that, right? You have to realize as a Domino's driver, it comes with the territory that you're just not going to get a tip sometimes. It's part of the job. You got to suck it up. DoorDash drivers, we can pick and choose what orders, so that's a little bit different. But both of them are clowns. She's a clown as a driver for acting like that, and the customer's a clown for not tipping in that manner, especially in the snow. Now, what do y'all think? Am I, the Domino's driver's a clown because she's just didn't handle it right, okay? Now, do I expect tips for what I do with the gig apps? I expect that I'm going to only take trips that have tips because I value myself. Do I understand there's miserable clowns that don't tip for whatever reason? Absolutely. But working for Domino's, I'm sure it's frustrating because you have to deliver to more miserable people than I do. So I get it. But you got to do better. You don't just say the word tip and that's it. It's just bad, right? It's bad. Tip, like what's up with that, right? There's a better way to handle it. So give you a quick example. I'm doing Uber. This came in at 2.9 miles, I believe, or something like that, $11. One, I know with 99.9% accuracy, because nothing's 100% with the gig apps, that the customer left me a tip on here, upfront tip, and I'm very appreciative of it. That's why I took the order. I also know it's going to be more than $11 because Uber hides tips. It is what it is. But I don't take this order. If it comes in at $3 or $4 or $5, I probably don't take it because it's a low tip or no tip, and I stay selective, and I value my time and my automobile, and I value myself enough not to do that, right? I don't deal with those people. But we got to do better as drivers. We do have to give better service. I will say that, okay? So that the customer feels that they should feel bad about leaving a tip when we give good service. But that miserable customer, the clown that she is, in the snow, ordering Domino's, ordering a pizza, no tip, she's almost like proving right that the driver shows up and does what they do. It's like, well, you don't deserve a tip. So I see that I see the customer side of that, right? So I would say that if you're a Domino's driver, still give good service. If you're a DoorDash driver, we don't take the trash orders. We just don't take them. And if you ever have to take them, you still treat the customer's food with respect. You don't give them any sass. It is what it is. You just, next time, you know better, and you don't take them if you can help it. And another thing we have to remember out here is we're out here providing a service, right? And the only way we could really make money, because it's hard to make money already as it is in the gig economy, is to take orders that have tips and deal with consumers that value us. When we take too many orders to clown customers, because that customer's a clown, don't care what you say, beat me up in the comments down below. When you order Domino's, it's snowing outside, and you don't leave a tip, you deserve a slap across the face. And the only way we can make money is to value ourselves and take good orders. Anybody else that tells you differently is just not, they don't have the intellect to understand how money works. So I got one more little message for y'all today. And I've been talking about it for a while, and I'm going to keep saying it this coming up year. And my actions will show you guys other ways to make money, because it's tough out here, and you will become increasingly frustrated with bad companies, bad W-2s, bad bosses, bad customers if a lot of your money is coming from delivering food. It's not a hard job, but it can be frustrating. So why not figure out a different way, other ways to make money passively, or maybe a different type of W-2? Because this kind of work is not scalable and not sustainable. And I'm sure I clowned out that driver because I think, she had a bad moment. I've had moments like that. I've had bad moments. But it's frustrating. The kind of work she does can be frustrating. So she let that frustration show. And who knows? We don't know the whole story. Could have been her 10th order of the night with no tips. That's a sucky kind of way to work. It really is, because you're not making money without the tips. And regardless of what you think about the system and it's broken and we should do this, the company should pay us more, they don't. So we got to do what we got to do. But figure out ways to make money doing other things that are going to make you happy, that are more scalable and sustainable, more passive versus active. That's going to be how you're going to level up in 2023. That's how you're going to have a little more financial peace. And we got to figure out a way. All these viral videos that come out on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, they're all negative usually about interactions with consumers and drivers. They're negative. And at this point, I think a lot of, I am Mr. No Tip, No Trip. I'm still going to say that. I'm good with it. But we got to figure out a way to flip it a little bit. Flip it to where the customer can understand our perspective in maybe a more positive way. And I know I call customers clowns because they're miserable, because I do believe that. But how do even I flip it a little bit to where we can have a dialogue like, do you realize what we're making? And are you still, as a human being, okay with ordering Domino's in the snow when you could have got it yourself and not throwing your driver a couple bucks? Are you really okay with that? Do you have the knowledge to understand what's happening out here with the apps? How do we have those conversations? And even if we do, will it even matter? Probably not, because people will always do what they want. We live in America. We can do whatever we want. We can order anything online, and ignorance is bliss, and it is what it is. But how do we flip it in a more positive way? That's another question I want to ask y'all. Let me know in the comments down below. Oh, shout out to the moose. One more thing for y'all today. Look, guys, we're at the home of the Whopper. That's not the one thing, but I just want to show y'all. I just got another order. Let's go pick it up and talk about one more thing. Got one more thing for y'all. A lot of new people coming here every day. Appreciate all the new subscribers. I want you to, all the new people, how are you going to level up and bet on yourself in 2023? What does leveling up and betting on you mean? This channel's always going to be about betting on you, setting goals, doing it one day at a time. For all my new people that haven't shared it with the community yet, how are you going to do that in 2023? Drop a comment down below. What are you going to be working on? I'm out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you like this video or others, check out this one here. Consider hitting subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments.